Hi everyone, welcome to Tom's Man Shed. Right, this video is a supplement to a video I made knocking on a couple of years ago now, I think, on fitting a 32 amp Commando socket on the outside of my house. I'll put a link up here and a tile at the end to the original video. But the reason I'm making this one is that it's been pointed out to me recently by Peter. And I mentioned, I think there was a mention a while ago as well of it, that it looked a bit of a cowboy job at the outside bit. And hands up, I apologise, I shouldn't have shown the way I'd sealed it. I'd just sealed it with some silicone round. That was always only going to be a temporary measure. I was eager to get it all wired up and connected because I'd just bought this plasma cutter from Lidl's. And I wanted to do the video and try that out. And it was always my intention later on to fit a proper gland and everything. But it was about a month later I did it, and I just never got round to filming it. So I should have postponed it and done the whole thing properly. I could go back and cut that bit of silicone video out of the original edit. On YouTube, you can cut things out and you can sort of like mosaic faces out and add a bit of audio and stuff, but you can't actually add any video to the original one. Hence me having to make this as a separate one. But I've left it in because cutting it out would be sort of like cheating. It'd be like covering my mistakes up. I'd sooner show you my original mistake, admit to it, and show you what I did later on. So this is the sort of gland you've got to fit. When it's an SWA cable, that's a steel wire armoured cable, which I had used. There was no real need. I went a bit over top on that as well because there was no underground run of this cable, just up the wall. So I could have used standard cable and just put a protective like conduit around it. But I used steel wire armour cable and it runs in the house under the floorboards, and I left it coiled up in the meter cupboard for the electrician to do. I'll be showing you at that end as well because I've had a couple of points saying I didn't show it at the other end. But that's the sort of gland that you're supposed to fit to a steel wire armoured cable. There are inside ones and outside one, and that CW20S is an outside waterproof one. So I'll show you now what I mean, and this is I've sort of taken it apart again just to show you that I have done it properly, and then I put it all back again. But this is how it was about a month after this video, after the first video. So I've just loosened it all, taken it off just to show. I've definitely, I hope I've done it right. Just take that off there. Slide that back down. And as you can see, we've got that all the reviews I've read online call the wedding ring. I just call it an olive. And you got your steel wire. Inside there's a cone. You can see that they splay out. That goes on the cone like that. Ready to so that tightens onto that like that. Once it's screwed to the wall, I'll tighten these up properly with a spanner. That goes on there. Inside there is, can't show you, but there is a rubber washer, making it watertight. Like I say, I'm not tightening them up until I've got it screwed back, and then this sleeve goes over it. And at the very end, I'm going to wrap some self-amalgamating rub around there. So that's just to show you that all that is there. I'll show you the inside bit shortly. Okay, so that's it in close-up. Got live on a ferrule, neutral on a ferrule, blue tape right around it. The earth going into like a push-in Wago type terminal, branched off to the earth strap there. That is absolutely tight, and that brass plate is round the bottom there, and that's the earth. So it's just a matter of putting it back together now. So I'll just do that. Okay, so all these nuts now are tightened up, that one into the main plastic unit, and that onto it, and then that one onto there, and in there is a rubber washer. And then we slide this up. This is quite a tight fit there, but push that right up as far as it'll go. And then I'm just going to wrap a bit of this tape. I've used this for years for various things. It's really handy. It's good to carry on your car for like burst radiator hoses as well. But it's like a rubber tape. There's no adhesive on it, but it melts with the heat, or it sort of sticks to itself with the heat of your hand. So you just like wrap it around and sort of stretch it and wrap it round. It's a bit awkward with it being so close to the wall. And just stretch it a bit more. That's about enough. Cut it there. And then, like I say, just the heat of your hand, it sticks to itself and anything underneath it. So that's it. All, as you can see, that's as far up as it'll go. Up there. And that is absolutely tight around there. And there's a gasket around here making it watertight. So that's how it is now, and how it has been for a while. Before I show you the meter cupboard end, the reason I put this socket on was, like I say, to use that plasma cutter I'd got from Lidl's. Now, it comes, that plasma cutter, with a 16 amp Commando plug on it. So I rigged up this wire, and it's got a 32 amp one. Again, I know this hasn't got the corresponding cover on, it's not waterproof. I never ever go outside plasma cutting in the rain. So this is just the lead between that socket and my plasma cutter. As you can see, it's big hefty cable. The plasma cutter will run on a mains supply. It says that in it only draws a maximum of 10 amps, I think. So I've gone over the top a bit, but that's what I use it for. But I did mention about charging an EV. Now, I will never ever charge my EV from it. I have a proper Ohmi charger that I'll show you very shortly. That I charge it up. What I meant was you could sort of charge an EV using the granny lead that you get with your car. Your granny lead just charges at 2.6 to 3 kilowatts, not the 7 kilowatts of a proper EV charge point. And it's designed to plug in just a normal domestic plug that is EV rated to run sort of continuously for 6-7 hours or whatever. This 32 amp Commando socket will be plenty capable. It won't overheat or anything, running a 3 kilowatt granny charger, and that's all I meant. I will never ever use it. The only time I would use it for that is if my Ohmi dedicated EV charge point ever failed. I would have then a safe 3 kilowatt continuous load capable plug to run my EV off its granny charger. So that is again all I will ever be using it for. A small plasma cutter designed to run off a normal 3-pin plug, and never connecting it to me EV car. So I'll show you me Ohmi charger setup now, and you'll see that has got a proper earth rod into the concrete. Let's have a look at that. So this is the EV charging point setup. This was put in by the whole thing by a installer from appointed by Ohmi. That's the charger itself, and we zoom down. That's the earth terminal they put in
and that is on about a 2 foot long rod hammered into the concrete.
Okay, and finally I'll show you it at the meter cupboard, the consumer unit end. Again, I had a comment saying this video's a load of rubbish because it doesn't show you wiring it up at the consumer unit. Well, I didn't wire it up. I left that for an electrician to do. So there was nothing to show really. I just left it to him. But this is the way what he's wired it up to, a separate breaker, and you'll be able to read. So any trained electricians on this will be able to tell me if there's something wrong here or not. But it's going into a 32 amp capable breaker, and I'm assuming it's the right one. So I'll show you the whole electrical setup, including a separate breaker for the EV charge point, and the one that the electrician wired this one into. You see my gas meter as well. As I mentioned in this, I'm thinking of, I don't use my gas at all now whatsoever. I heat my water with the immersion heater. I'm in here most of the time in the shed, so yeah, I have a little portable oil-filled radiator in here. Don't use my central heating at all, hardly ever go in the house. So yeah, I'm thinking of ringing them up and disconnecting that to stop paying the standing charge, but that's another story, another video. So let's have a look at the setup there now.
Okay, this is my meter cupboard. So this one here is a separate one for the vehicle charger. I can read that under there. The socket that this video is about is wired into the consumer unit, which is here, and this is what I got the electrician to do, and that's the one it's on. There, as you can see, it's off at the moment, so I'll just put it on. That's on, and it says on it ROH 132B stroke 030. So hopefully you can see that. So yeah, just down here, ROH 132B stroke 030. So hopefully that is the right one. It's put on it 32 amp outdoor socket. And the smart gas meter, which I have turned off at the mains because I do not use my gas at all now. I'm wondering whether to have it actually taken out. Save paying a standing charge.
So hopefully that is all up to standard, and hope it clears up any points. And thanks for, quite rightly, for Peter and the others, quite rightly for pointing it out, saying it is a rough job. Yeah, apologise again, it was a rough job at that stage, and it was a month later until I did this. So hopefully that clears up any confusion. So yeah, I hope to catch you for another one very, very soon. If you haven't already subscribed and you'd like to, click the little picture here of this shed. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Give this a thumbs up if you liked it, a thumbs down if you disapprove, and I hope to catch you for the next one very, very soon. Bye for now.